Well, when you can't go to work, what gets you out of bed in the morning? Today I'm going to sit down with Shawn Brewster and we're going to talk about what gets him going. Hey, welcome to Charlie's Open Mic. My name is Charlie Mossbrook. On today's program, I sat down with the songwriter Shawn Brewster of the band Old Boy and the duet of Shawn and Shelby. We talked about different ways that he's using this downtime to keep engaged musically and also to keep music fans and other musicians engaged. Before we talk to him, though, why don't we listen to his music?
Hey, Charlie. Thanks for letting me do this. I really enjoyed the interview today. This song is called Lost. Lost my head again, found it on the highway, looking for something I know I never had. I didn't go the right way, I'm headed west. There's a sign that says you're 100 miles away, and I know two wrongs never make a right. I saw you coming on like a red light. I know this song, I play it every time I see the open road and the state line. Dead to my hometown, listen to the rhythm of the road, sound of myself breaking down. Sun is on the rise, a golden haze will rescue me as the buildings grow and the weight arrives. And I know two wrongs never make a right. I saw you coming on like a red light. And I know this song, I play it every time I see the open road, the state line. And I lost my way in a rage, running circles in my head again. And I lost my way in the rain, and I'm praying that you're still the same. Oh, whoa, 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 oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 oh, whoa. And I know two wrongs never make a right. I saw you coming on like a red light. And I know this song, I play it every time I see the open road, the state line. Oh, whoa, 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 oh, whoa, oh, whoa, 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 oh, I lost my head again, found it on the highway, waiting for something I know I never had.
Well, hey, on today's show, we have Shawn Brewster. He was the lead singer. I don't know if you guys are still in existence or not, but he was the lead singer of a group called Old Boy, who was very popular around the Cleveland area for a while. And then he's been working in a duo called Shawn and Shelby with a cellist named Shelby, who appears on one of my records, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also a DJ. He had been doing a lot of the brunches over at the Beachland, and I'm sure a bunch of other things. And that's why we have him on today, because he sort of took that DJ role and has moved it to a virtual series going on every day, which is cool. It keeps our music community connected. So we're going to talk to him a little bit more about that. Let me ask you, Shawn, When did you get started as a performing musician? Public.
Funny you say that. Actually, it was had to do a little bit with you.
Oh, cool.
I started doing open mics probably by early 20s. Um, and I had no intention of being a performing musician. I just liked writing songs. So between your open mic and Zayla's at the Rhythm Room, that was probably about 15 to 18 years ago. Then about 5 years after that, I had a big hiatus and my guitar sat in the closet. Then I started to do open mics again, including yours, including Riders In, which was in Painesville with Jim Snively. And the Jim Snively one introduced me to all kinds of new people. A lot of us are very busy working musicians now that got their start at that. And then from there, I slowly started to realize that a guy on a guitar is really tough to do. And
Mm-hmm.
and you need some people around you to get more opportunities. And that's when Old Boy evolved into what it became later. And then after that, Shawn and Shelby. So yeah, I'm probably been gigging pretty hard for about 10 years now.
Is Old Boy no longer a thing, or is it sort of as you feel like it?
It's a thing. It's not a thing, but I realized after 2016 that rock music is not what it was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you listened to the radio, Mumford and Sons, Kings of Leon, Foo Fighters, those were prevalent bands. Even U2 was still a thing. And as I realized that, hip hop, trap music, pop music was really taking over. And if you liked music, it was a little more folky, which is, I get a little bit into that. But I realized, and plus, I'd been going hard for so many years. And being in a band, being a band leader, having goals, and having a city where it's really tough to have tangible goals and having a lack of being able to share the music to the right people
Mm-hmm.
really kind of took a toll on me. And I think after 2007, 16, 17, 18, those years were just so busy. I just needed a break, and we all needed a break. We're still working on stuff. I have some recordings that we're sitting on, waiting for the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I'm just kind of doing my thing, taking a little break, and I have hopes for putting out some singles as a solo artist with people that are in these bands: Shelby, Mike Kinsella, Pete, um, Kevin Suman from the bands. But it's just not the right time. I don't think it's a weird time for rock music.
It is a weird. I think it's a weird time for music in general. I mean, I think we're kind of in this virtual concert movement right now.
Yeah.
The ability to bring live music to people virtually, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So the idea of actually sitting down and working on a recording, to me, almost seems like a waste of time because I'm not going to do anything with it right now.
I've talked to multiple bands in the last few weeks, and that's their big thing. One, how do you tour on an album? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's your intention is to create an album and tour on it. And there's, like you said, there's only so much you can do. But I'll tell you what, I think it's a good thing. It's really caused us to really get introspective about our intention with music. What can I do with it? What can't I do with it? And you really finally got a chance to sit down and think about your bands, and even just having a business plan and not be in this crazy whirlpool that a lot of us get in, these gigging musicians that like, got to play my Friday gig. I
Mm-hmm.
got a grog shop gig on Thursday, playing the Beachland on Tuesday, doing a brunch, if you're a band that does like farmers markets or outside square or downtown market district or whatever the district's called, these like bang, 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 trying to put out an album and then tour on that is so difficult. Now that we're able to step back a bit, I think it's going to allow us to breathe and get back into just enjoying. Now we're at home plugging into these mixers and these, having things and getting our fingers into this stuff. I think so. I don't know. I think it might help us. I know you do that stuff already,
Mm-hmm.
record at home, but I think it's really maybe brought some light. Well, also, people realize they don't like this side of music. They don't like sitting in front of a camera that's not an audience. This isn't their cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Some people shine, but other people are like, I can't wait. I'm just going to go out into the world and busk.
Yeah, it's fun watching the evolution of well, you see it in the late night performers. I talk about this pretty regularly. The way Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert were almost just so still. And they'd pause for the laughter, no laughter, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they look so deflated. But then you'd watch Trevor Noah and Jimmy Kimmel, these guys were YouTube stars from the get go. I mean, they were born for it, and
That's interesting.
so it's interesting, yeah, just the way different people are responding to it.
I know that's tough for me, and I know other artists. They've contacted me because I was doing this early,
Hmm.
and the lack of a physical audience. You know, you even if you watched your chat room and they put little clap emojis, you know, we're so used to that. I don't want to call it Pavlovian, but like that response that, you know, even in a room, if you're playing an event where there's no clapping,
Hmm.
there's still an energy to the room, and people will give you a nod and a smile, or you can feel them not clapping. It's a choice. Like, what do I do? But there's still that immediate response. Playing to a camera just doesn't give you that same thing, but it also allows you to slow down. I'm
Hmm.
not forced to play songs I don't want to play because I'm like, oh, they might not like my originals. I got to play that my hit, you know, the cover that everybody knows. Now you're just like, hey man, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Kinda allows you to kind of step back a bit, I think.
One thing with my live virtual content that I've found is I've always sort of felt that my best work happens on the couch when nobody's watching. So I try to approach it with the idea that, oh, cool, now people are watching. I'm just going to play. I'll give them a little patter here and there, but for the most part, just keep moving. Every once in a while, I'll look down at the comments and read those comments and see what people are saying, but just hang in there and play and have fun and make the music good.
I agree with that. Andrew Bird has been doing that for a long time. I think it's called
Hmm.
Music from the Great Room. And he just sits in
Hmm.
his living room and had people come by and yeah, it's very different from his live set because he uses a violin and loops a lot, creates
Hmm.
music on the fly, and this is more straight, you know, playing his instrument with folks. But you can tell it's an adaptation and there's an intimacy to it. And I think that you would lend yourself to that as well. And I'm not cut out for it as much. I don't enjoy it as much. I didn't realize how much I like a room and the
Hmm.
chatter. Even if it's busy and chattery and talking over my songs, I could deal with that. I can react to that.
It
But
energizes, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But and I'm leaving a lot of room for the folks like that work around town. I don't know who watches the show, but you know names like Brent Kirby,
Hmm.
Austin Walking Kane, Ray Flanagan. People, you know, I mean, like I'm kind of leaving the space open for those folks to make their way and get their, you know, get the world out there. Not that I'm being like, you know, I'm doing, you know what I mean. I don't want to feel good about it, but like I just feel like at some other point you're kind of clogging up the drain a little bit.
Right. Well, you found your own niche. I mean, Augie has his niche where and we had him on a few weeks ago, where he's been doing those live shows from the cafe.
Yeah,
Brent, who we had on a couple weeks ago, and we talked about the work he did with Ray for
lay down.
Idea Stream. Yeah. And Brent has really taken sort of a back seat where he's just showing up when the
Yeah,
opportunity's there, but not as much in the fashion. You know, Alex Bevan and I have been pretty regular. We get
yeah,
on. We like to perform. We're folk singers, and I think
yeah,
we Alex and I both see ourselves as folk singers. And one of the
yeah,
goals, one of the missions of folk singing is that you're there to lift spirits and to pull people together in times of crisis. And that's when we really shine. I mean, that, you
yeah,
know, be it the Civil War, be it the Depression, be it the 60s, that's when folk music really shines. And so I think
yeah.
Alex and I both see ourselves as needing to fill that mission and as being solo artists who are very comfortable playing by ourselves. Uh, this lends itself to what we do very well. Whereas you're more comfortable with a big band or having Shelby with you,
Yeah.
and however, you have found your niche as doing this sort of virtual. I don't know if we call it radio because
I think so.
it's sort of vlogging radio.
Yeah. It
Okay,
feels like a radio show. Play a song, talk in between. Sure.
so you were talking about how you struggle as a music performer, as a musician, to feed off of the lack of energy from a virtual performance. How do you find that when you're doing this kind of radio, virtual radio?
Sure. Yeah. The chat room,
Okay.
because I'm able to sit here and speak and have such an immediate response to watching the words. Whereas a song, I have to be in the moment. I have to try to be present. I can't, as much as I can do multiple things at once during a song, I can play harmonica,
Mm-hmm.
I can kick a drum, I can have a tambourine under my foot, I can pick a guitar and sing. Reading is just a different thing, and you can only do it in between songs. And I think that's very important for a virtual show, to connect with your audience through speaking, telling a story, really digging in a little bit. The real big thing was, yeah, like, I'm really low. We are lonely. We're in a house where we are so used to connecting every single week to a group of human beings. To yank that train, stop the train wire and just bam, and now we got to completely live our lives a different way, live in houses either with people that we haven't really hung out with for 24, 48, 1 week straight, not leaving the house. Or if you're single, you don't have any outside of, so that was my big thing, is like, hey, let's get a cup of coffee, let's have a chat, let's talk about some things. I'll play some songs that maybe maybe you don't know, maybe they're your songs, maybe your friends' songs, or maybe they're from another country. There's folks popping in from other countries, which was crazy. But the big thing was, it was allowed me just to chat and to be able just to, there's a few, I do have some opinions on things, but I'm kind of in the middle a lot. I kind of like to I'm a facilitator, so I like to bring people together.
Right.
As much as be, somebody over here or over there yelling at people to listen or change. It's like, I know the internet, and I've seen the discussions below posts, and it is a very rare thing for someone to go, that's a great point, after arguing. Wow, I really enjoyed that. I feel like I'm a changed person. So I like the idea of just being like, pushing up, like you said, with your folk music, pushing out positivity, inclusiveness, listening, having conversation. Then I branched into interviewing, which I've always wanted to do. And then I was able to get businesses, musicians, and I'm really digging it, man. I'm really digging it.
Hey, if you appreciate this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please ring the bell for notifications of upcoming episodes. Click like on the program. Always comment down below. Let us know what you're up to. And you can visit us at charliesopenmic.com and find our Patreon link to help support the show. I've run 26 miles and been to the top of the hill, and I've seen finish line smiles, and I've taken my spills. I've been down on my knees, and I've seen joy and tragedy, and I've seen rivers far too wide, and my doubts I cannot hide. So don't worry about me, 'cause things ain't as bad, well, as they seem. And I'm gonna get it back up on my feet again. Well, yes, I'm gonna get it back up on my feet again. And I've been in love a few times, filled with songs and happy rhymes. I thought I'd finally found someone to warm me until the end of time. I've been down on my knees, and I've seen joy and tragedy, and I've seen rivers far too wide, and my doubts I cannot hide. So don't worry about me, 'cause things ain't as bad, well, as they seem. And I'm gonna get it back up on my feet again. Well, yes, I'm gonna get it back up on my feet again. I could have given up a long time ago, and I could have stepped off the course. I could have given up on everything before it got any worse. Changed, So has my range, and I can't always do the things I had done before. I've been down on my knees, and I've seen joy and tragedy, and I've seen rivers far too wide, and my doubts I cannot hide. So don't worry about me, 'cause things ain't as bad, well, as they seem. And I'm gonna get it back up on my feet again. Yes, I'm gonna get back up on my feet again. Well, hey, thank you for watching Charlie's Open Mic today, and thank you to Shawn Brewster for sitting down and talking to me and sharing his music. As always, please hit that subscription button down below. Please ring the bell for notifications of upcoming episodes, and you can always visit us at charliesopenmic.com. We'll see you next week. Thank you.